Newsflash, Bad Baby stated that Little Kim literally got plastic surgery to make herself look white. Jeez. Further, she went on to say that Little Kim actually wears a light foundation that is in stark contrast to her actual complexion. What gives? Then Bad Baby went on a rant expressing, and I quote, "Y'all don't say a goddamn thing fucking word about her, but I put on a foundation that makes me look tan and it's like I'm the bad guy." Well, what's that all about? So let's analyze what she is really saying here. Seems to me she is essentially claiming that she is a product of her environment. What's interesting here is that what so many people fail to realize is that imitation is actually the greatest form of flattery. Has anyone ever thought about that? Consequently, Bad Baby grew up around Black people, and therefore it would appear that she subconsciously has adopted that view of beauty, enjoying the hairstyles like a Black person would, including the cornrows, the braids, the weaves, etc. So, what's the big deal? Bad Bobby likes this look. So, she imitates and adorns Black hairstyles that are not commonly worn among many white women. Again, I ask you, what is the big freaking deal? Bad Baby has been in the news lately defending herself against people who suggest that she is culturally appropriating. Well, all I can say is that it seems to me that she is defending her choice to wear plaits or box braid styles. These fashions were first worn by Blacks having their roots in Africa. In fact, many Black women feel that her cultural appropriation is amazing. Further, isn't it a fact that often Black women wear weaves that don't match the original texture of their hair? And additionally, sometimes wear their hair blonde. Well, how about that for cultural appropriation? Maybe try that on for size. What Bad Baby doesn't realize is that Little Kim will probably not get called out at all for cultural appropriation because Little Kim is a hip hop icon. She gets a free pass on her cultural appropriation, which is deeply rooted in the psychological propensity she experienced as a child. Fact. She grew up as a young woman dating Biggie Smalls. Then he married Faith Evans, a very fair African American who is of mixed ancestry, having an African American mother and a white father. Anyway, many of the other women Biggie Smalls dated, including Charlie Baltimore, were also of a lighter complexion. So here you have it. Little Kim was merely vying for a man's affection, and she felt that men seemed to prefer light skinned Black women. Funny, Little Kim experienced colorism early on in the music industry as she saw how the lighter skinned African American women, particularly MCs, such as Queen Latifah, were favored or received over the darker skinned Black women MCs such as Foxy Brown. Fine. Little Kim feels that in order to stay relevant and gain greater popularity and success in the hip hop music industry, she had to conform to the Eurocentric idea of beauty, a light skinned Black woman or mixed race woman. And so you have it. She felt like she succeeded by lightening her skin and wearing lighter foundation and getting a nose, chin, and cheek job. Shit. Who in their right mind would want to endure all of that freaking surgery? That's another story. Anyway, Little Kim knew perfectly well that she couldn't be white, but she knew she could come close. Little Kim has therefore been given a lot of slack since she grew up in an era where the lighter skinned Black women, or the ones with Eurocentric features were commonly seen in whites, were the ones who were desired, praised, and put on a pedestal. This includes those beauties adorning these looks, such as Lisa Left Eye, The Brat, Salt and Pepper. Their faces became the faces of beauty. Summing up here, it is my opinion that Bad Baby receives too much backlash from some Black women who are totally insecure and figure that only Black women should be allowed to wear Black hairstyles. Fuck. Like the hairstyles should be worn exclusively to them. Are they for real? Get a life. And finally, Bad Baby's rant has highlighted the deeply rooted issues of cultural appropriation, self esteem, blackfishing, and colorism that has turned into a gaping hole that continues to plague our American society. Personally, I believe it is important to bridge this gap and seek to create dialogue and harmony among Black and white women. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and share. See ya!